Chapter 1. New Lines on Old Paper. Linnet Bramble believed in straight edges, sharpened pencils, clean ink, and the comforting idea that North stayed where it was put. This made her a promising apprentice at the Royal Guild of Surveyors. It also made her extremely inconvenient. The guild occupied a tall stone building at the center of Thistlewick, a city famous for its clocks, bridges, and citizens who gave directions by referring to shops that had closed before anyone's grandmother was born. Inside the guild, everything had a drawer. Every drawer had a label. Every label had a number. Every number had been copied into 3 separate ledgers in case one of the ledgers developed opinions. Linnet loved it, mostly. She loved the smell of paper and dust. She loved the long map tables beneath the windows. She loved the quiet scratch of pens and the solemn way senior surveyors argued about whether a lane should be described as narrow or not meaningfully broad. But she did not love Master Quill. Master Quill was the chief surveyor. He had a thin beard, thinner patience, and the expression of a man who suspected the world of being untidy on purpose. On the morning everything began, Linnet arrived early to finish copying a map of the western sheep fields. It was not exciting work. Sheep fields rarely were. She set down her satchel, rolled out the map, and froze. There was a bridge on it. There had not been a bridge on it yesterday. Linnet stared. The bridge crossed the River Whittle at the bend near Barrowbank Meadow. She knew that bend. Everyone knew that bend. It was famous for being inconvenient. Farmers had complained about it for years because the nearest crossing was 2 miles south, 3 miles if the cow was stubborn. There was no bridge. And yet, there it was, neatly inked in Linnet's own hand. A tiny stone arch. She checked the date. She checked the drawer. She checked the copy ledger. Then she checked under the table, because panic is not always logical. Master Quill found her crouched there. Apprentice Bramble. Linnet hit her head on the table. Yes, sir. Are you surveying the floor? No, sir. Then why are you beneath the table? I was confirming it had not moved. Master Quill blinked. The table. Yes, sir. Has it? No, sir. Excellent. A triumph for furniture. Linnet crawled out, holding the map. Sir, there is a bridge on my map. Master Quill looked at it. There are often bridges on maps. There was not one yesterday. Then you forgot to draw it yesterday. I finished the map yesterday. Then you drew it and forgot. I remember not drawing it. Master Quill sighed the sigh of a man surrounded by youth, ink, and decline. Apprentice Bramble, maps do not alter themselves. No, sir. Paper is not ambitious. No, sir. Ink does not roam. No, sir. Therefore, Linnet looked down at the bridge. Therefore, something impossible has happened very neatly. Master Quill closed his eyes. By noon, Linnet had been assigned to field verification, which was guild language for go prove yourself wrong somewhere else. She packed her measuring chain, compass, field notebook, spare pencils, bread, cheese, and a small jar of pickles, because her mother believed no emergency was so severe that it could not be improved with pickles. The road to Barrowbank Meadow wound through farmland, low hedges, and hills that appeared harmless from a distance, but took a personal interest in Knees. By late afternoon, Linnet reached the bend in the River Whittle. She stopped. There was a bridge, a small stone bridge, old enough to wear moss and new enough that nobody in Thistlewick had mentioned it. Linnet walked across it. Then she walked back. Then she crossed again, because a person should be thorough when reality is misbehaving. On the far side of the bridge sat a small figure on a milestone. He was perhaps 3 feet tall, wrapped in a coat the color of rain-dark parchment. At first, Linnet thought he was a child. Then he turned his head. His face was not human, not frightening, just not human. His skin looked like layered vellum, soft and pale brown, with darker edges at the knuckles and cheeks. His eyes were dark pools of ink. Fine lines moved beneath his skin, crossing his wrists and throat like delicate mapwork. He watched Linnet with polite interest. "You crossed it 3 times," he said. Linnet gripped her measuring chain. "Who are you?" "Pell." "What are you?" Pell considered this. "Currently sitting." "No, I mean, are you one of the margin folk?" "That is what people call us." "What do you call yourselves?" "Ourselves? Your people." "Yes?" Linnet stared. Pell stared back pleasantly. "You don't have a name for your own kind?" "Why would we? We can usually tell which one we are." Linnet decided to write that down later. "You knew about the bridge," she said. Pell looked at it. "It has always been here." "It has not. It has always been here when needed. That is not the same thing." "No," said Pell. "It is better." Linnet opened her notebook. "Why did it appear on my map?" "Perhaps your map was listening." "Maps do not listen." Pell looked genuinely sorry for her. "That must make your job very dull." Linnet frowned at him, then noticed the lines on his wrist. They had shifted. A tiny curve of river appeared beneath his skin. Beside it, a small stone bridge darkened into view. Linnet reached out before remembering manners. Pell pulled his hand back. "Please don't read without asking." "I'm sorry." "That's all right. Humans do it with faces, too." Linnet shut her notebook. "You're a living map." Pell looked offended. "I am Pell." "Yes, of course. Sorry, but your skin shows where I am." "The local area?" "Mostly." "How far?" Pell shrugged. "A few miles. I'm young." "And older margin folk?" "Much farther. Elder Tallow carries half the west coast and 3 arguments about a mountain." Linnet sat down on the grass. The day had become too large to stand in. Pell swung his feet against the milestone. "Are you lost?" "No." "Are you sure?" "I am a cartographer." "That isn't the same thing." Linnet looked at the bridge, the river, the impossible map in her bag, and the small mark whose body had quietly drawn the world around him. "No," she said at last. "I suppose it isn't." Pell smiled. "Good. Lost people find better things."